Good evening, all. Your Excellency, Governor General, permit me please to adopt the protocol that was so ably established, except to recognize a few of the persons within us. First, I would want to recognize the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Timothy Harris, Minister of National Security et al., the Honorable Ian Pattis-Liebert, Minister of Public Infrastructure et al., Justice Trevor Ward, QC. We also have the members of the Diplomatic Corps, and among them, I would want to give a special welcome to the Honorable Consul for Italy, Mr. Ernest Amri, and we have with him two special guests, the captain and first officer of the MV Excellent. That's the boat that is in the harbor for that is housing the Ross students that are here, and they are from Italy, and so we want to give you a special welcome as well. Thanks for coming to be with us this afternoon. All other distinguished guests, the members of the Police High Command, awardees, family members. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to stand before you this evening for the third time to bring brief remarks and to welcome you a second time, as the Master of Ceremonies did, to this very simple but what is considered important ceremony. And it has been put together to highlight the start of Police Week 2017. I know for a fact the time will come a little later in the program for expressions of thanks, but I feel obliged at this point in time, right at the very start, to say a hearty and heartfelt thank you to His Excellency the Governor General, Sir S.W. Tapley-Seton, for his continued support of the initiatives of the police force and for so graciously acceding to our request to be the host for this, another signature event for the force. Police Week is a week of celebration of our profession, a time when we do some introspection, we reflect on the challenges that we face, and we highlight our work within the law enforcement community and the public we serve. It also allows for us to come together, to socialize, and strengthen our internal bonds through the many and varied activities that have been planned to mark this occasion. And I must admit, so far, the pre-activities have been generating quite a lot of buzz, and the tension is really high among the houses. And why not? Why shouldn't we celebrate? We should celebrate. All year round, we are consumed with the duties and activities geared primarily towards the safety, security, and happiness of others. Though it can be rewarding, ours is a profession that is incredibly demanding and stressful. An article on improving motivation and productivity of police officers in the Law Enforcement Bulletin of the Federal Bureau of Investigation said that motivating police personnel can be complicated. It states that there are many factors that can negatively affect productivity, causing officers to become complacent and do the bare minimum that is necessary. The article also went on to mention that the difficult nature of crime fighting can even cause officers to become cynical towards the population, and that this can take a toll on even the most dedicated officer. Officers who would have begun their career with a very upbeat and ready-to-go attitude can, over time, become jaded. And I may add, at times, such factors even cause these officers to compromise their own integrity and that of the organization. It is with some of these issues in mind that many more of the High Command of the Royal St. Christopher Navy's Post has deemed this award ceremony very timely and critical. And this practice is nothing new. It dates back to 1971, when an Act of Parliament saw it fit to reward and recognize members of the police force to this particular exercise. You see, not everyone can be a police officer. And when one considers some of the requirements of the job, we recognize that not everyone should be a police officer. It therefore means that this is a calling for the committed, the dedicated, and the brave. Our awardees this evening are among those who have been called and have willingly answered that call. They answered and went on to serve in this organization for several years with distinction and pride. To be exact, each one of the awardees tonight would have done at least, at a minimum, 18 years of service, and have done so with an admirable record and carrying out their duties without fear or favor. The award they will receive tonight is not just for their long service, but it goes a little further and stipulates discipline and good conduct exhibited during those years. This, I may add, ought to be an impressive feat. Also worthy of note is that of the officers who we will be saluting this evening for having achieved this feat, this has brought us very close to erasing the backlog over the years. And by the time this event comes around next year, we will be on par or current. Those of us here would know that when we took up office, there was a tremendous backlog in terms of distributing the award. This High Command believes that it is very necessary to reward and recognize persons for the job that they're doing. So when we would come back here next year, we would be up to date in terms of issuing the medals for the long service and good conduct. You would also agree that an organization such as the police force, one centered on sacrifice, service, and discipline, must find ways, tangible and intangible, to reward the officers who have aligned themselves with its goals and objectives. This, I must submit, is one such way in which we find one tangible way in which we reward them. I want to also assure you that your service and sacrifices have not been forgotten and have been very much appreciated and have not also gone unnoticed. The High Command has taken a systematic approach to recognizing officers through various initiatives that we employ throughout the year. I consider this medal presentation award ceremony an integral part of what every police officer can expect when they would have given of their time, talents, skills in service to others. And so, having this event among the activities that marks the commencement of Police Week 2017, we celebrate not only our profession, but also the men and women whose performance over the years have ensured that this organization continues to be held in high esteem by those who we serve. As we celebrate Police Week 2017 under the theme, the police and the public working together for safer communities, I want to remind all of us, again, that our role is one of service to the public, and we should strive to do so at all times with dignity and humility. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving these men and women, the awardees, a resounding round of applause as we salute them this evening. Thank you.
Stay up to date with news, programs, and activities of the government with SKNIS. Like us on Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter. and watch our videos on YouTube. Connect with us today. SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.